This week is a tale of two very, very, very different versions of Batman.
Oof.
One of the best Batman comics of all time has wrapped up its run, while one of the Batman comics of all time continues its run. I guess you could say that. That and a whole bunch more this week on Pals Pulls. This is a Marco-less episode, but I am joined by Tyler.
No, I'm not saying it. Hey guys,
And I'm Sean. Thank you for being here, whether you are live or in the future. We've got six books on tap to
count
talk
them.
about today.
Oh,
To
yeah,
talk about
that didn't feel
today,
right.
we've got Batman 162. Thought it was 163, 162.
162.
Batman Dark Patterns 12.
Great cover.
Batman Static Beyond #1. Green Lantern Corps #10. Transformers 26 and American Caper #1. So we've got some interesting books to talk about today. Uh Welcome chat. Thank you guys for being here. It's good to see
Yes.
you
Sup,
all.
guys?
Let's jump right into it. Let's talk
Sure.
Batman Hush.
Let's get it out of the way.
Batman Hush 162, Jeff Loeb, Jim Lee, the GOAT,
Hmm.
Scott Williams, Alex Sinclair, Tyler Smith on the letters, friend of the channel, friend of
Man,
many.
lettering a Jim Lee book. That's
Yeah.
rad, dude.
Richard Starking's also credited. So for those of you who don't remember what was happening in the issue prior to this, I don't either. No, Batman is on opposite sides with the Bat family once again, and he's having a confrontation with Nightwing and Batgirl and everybody else. That then quickly turns into Batman and Catwoman having a confrontation. It's very much just people just appearing and having a confrontation. There's nonstop fighting. Huntress is fighting Red Hood. Nightwing and Batman are fighting. Batman knocks out Batgirl with some kind of ninja move.
That
There's just a whole
well,
lot of bullshit going on.
she started it, Sean.
Right,
Yeah.
yes. And then at the end, Joker's back and he's got a gun. Wow.
I. Oh, hold on, my phone just vibrated. Oh, did you look at the time, Sean?
No, what time
It's
is it?
it's Nigma time.
Oof.
This was really bad. I was trying to find a better way of saying that, but I don't know what this book is. Like, I sincerely do not know what the team is going for here. This book starts with Batman reparalyzing Barbara Gordon temporarily, which is like a fucked up thing to put in a comic. Especially without really explaining why. Is he doing it just to get to Hush? Like, this is the most mischaracterized Batman I have felt in a long, long, long time, which is wild because the same guy is writing a very good Batman in The Last Halloween.
Yeah.
This is a mind fuck of a book.
I don't know that he reparalyzed her though.
She flashbacks to it though, but like it's enough
Yeah.
to get her in the headspace of going back to her paralyzation.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that we understand that that's not what happened.
Sure,
'Cause
it's
that can make people
temporarily.
think
Yeah.
something that's well, it isn't at all. He doesn't paralyze her at all. He just knocks her out. Just want to be clear about that. There is very little redeeming value here for me. At this point, this is just a mess. I don't understand why this is happening. Um, there are just a lot of bizarre moments all throughout this book. Um, Catwoman is here for no reason. There's some major script problems. Tyler referenced the Enigma timeline, and it's probably the least funny thing I've ever read. Question: What time is it? What time is it to expect the unexpected? Answer: Enigma time. What does that mean?
I don't know, Sean. I really don't fucking know. It's not even a riddle.
No.
I read a Batman book recently where Riddler was it. Oh, it was Fractions Batman, where there was actual riddles that the Riddler was dealing with. Um, this is not that at all. I don't understand what's going on. It's almost offensive.
Batman's getting punched in his face by a jacked up Riddler, and Batman says, question, why are you here with them? Riddler says, those are two questions. Answer number one, to do something I've wanted to do for a very long time. My turn. Question, how do you go toe to toe with the Batman? Answer, study his every move. It's almost as if Jeff Loeb read the typical trope of how the Riddler can interact and just said, okay, what if I have him speak that way all the time, but not make any attempt to create an actual riddle?
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
Yeah. It's I legitimately do not know what the plan is here. And we always joke about like not being able to tell you what, like the plot of Final Crisis. I couldn't tell you the plot of this. It's I don't know. Like Hush, the first Hush. I know some people bag on it. I actually like the first Hush. And there's a distinct story being told there. When has Hush showed up in any of these issues with a talking role?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we haven't seen him speak since the first or second. I don't know, second or third,
What is
whatever.
this? Is this the third? Is this the fourth?
I don't know at this point.
I don't even care at this point.
What I do know is that everybody in this book is out of character.
Yeah.
I just don't believe in a world where Batman is in this situation that we see on the first page where he's staring down, the Bat fam, and his decision is just to immediately wipe out Batgirl. Not kill her, but just take her out. Like I just this is so bizarre, man.
Yeah. There's no world where Bruce does that.
This is just so bizarre. And then Damian saying yippee ki what am I reading?
And also like Dick not even like being able to keep up with him, Huntress falling for the oldest trick in the book with Jason Todd. Like why is Jason Todd angry? Because Batman let the Joker get away, right?
I guess.
Man, it's and here's the thing. Jim Lee is one of the greats, right? This is not that like it's fine. But like there's nothing really to write home about with this Jim Lee art. Like even like his Catwoman, I don't like his Catwoman at all. The way the ears sit, it looks like a helmet. I mean, it is, but it should be a cowl. Like everything just looks hard. And like even that Enigma time thing, why is he just floating there?
I mean, I guess. Why is anything at this point?
Yeah, why?
Um,
That's the
I
real
I
riddle.
I enjoyed the art. I'm always gonna enjoy Jim Lee art. I think, his Huntress looks awesome. I really love some of the paneling decisions, but he's working from a script that is just a disaster. And I hate to say that because I do really enjoy Jeff Loeb, but
Same.
this is nonsense.
Yeah, you could the Joker could put a bang gun to my head and try to get me to tell you what's going on in this book, and I wouldn't be able to.
Wow. Um,
And
yeah,
it's wild how there's two volumes of Batman being published simultaneously, right? Uh, this and Fractions, and it's insane how wildly different they are from each other in terms of like quality.
yeah. Yeah. Rami with the 199. I guess was there even a momentum at some point? No.
No, that's the
No.
call to clickbait title. Um, no, not really. The momentum was the announcement. I think once we got to that first issue, where I think the cliffhanger was like Damian and Bane teaming up, right? Was that the first issue? I think so.
I don't remember.
That was enough to be like, nope, I'm done. That's dumb. And like somehow, even like the coincidences in this book are just annoying. Like the book ends with Batman, I guess, realizing that Batmobile is about to explode, so he saves his family, and then it explodes, causing a collapse that then leads to the underground, which is just riddled with all of his villains. They just happen to be below him.
Are they all there? I mean, you
Joker's
see
there, but then the panel right
Joker.
before that page, you can see Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, like their eyes in the background. I think Clayface and maybe Killer Croc
Oh, I see Bane. Yeah.
and Bane. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, maybe that was part of the plan, but I don't understand how they would know that he would fall down there.
yeah.
Like
What,
it,
what's the infrastructure like in Gotham? Probably not great. So that's probably the most plausible thing in this whole book.
this is a really rough comic. It just is. I ah man, wow. This is the exact opposite of what I was hoping for from Hush 2. It's anti-fun for me.
Yeah.
Like I had so much fun with the first Hush, and this is just not that.
Do you think this is tainting your opinion of Hush?
No.
This is like one of those sequels you just got to forget ever happened.
I mean, I don't. It's just a different thing. I don't know. Like, I don't think about Civil War 2 when I think about Civil War.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't think about Anchorman 2 when I think about Anchorman. Okay, I get it.
There you go. Pass. Easy
Oh,
pass.
easiest pass of the year, I think.
Ooh,
This is pass of the week.
it's not in my pass of the year because it's got Jim Lee art, but it is not. I did not have a good one reading this.
I did you start with this?
Oh yeah,
Me too.
absolutely.
Yeah, this is my first book.
I sure the fuck did. I'm getting the poll up now. My apologies, guys. So you'll have a little bit of time to vote. And we'll read comments and shit while we
Yeah.
give you time to get your vote on.
So like James Jones right here says in contrast, the long Halloween, the last Halloween was great. The issues I have read of that have been great. Like to say Jeff Loeb doesn't understand Batman would be a lie. Because Jeff Loeb has written some of the best Batman stories of all time. The Long Halloween still is to me my favorite Batman story of all time. But if I had just read this, could have fooled me.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. Joey Sham says, good to see you, Joey. Haven't seen your name before here. Jeff Loeb literally bitched about it having to be in continuity and all the stuff between Hush and Hush 2 happening and said, screw it, and just did whatever the hell this nonsense is. I mean, it's a weird odd duck because it feels like it could have happened. Story wise, I feel like it could have almost happened right after Hush, but then of course it
Yeah.
wouldn't have had Damien
Yep.
and certain other elements. So it includes elements that are post Hush, but then it also like feels like it wants to be right after Chip's run because it's got the Riddler from there. But it just feels like this odd hodgepodge of shit that just doesn't add up to anything meaningful.
And he wouldn't have been able to write Batgirl in Hush, right? Because Barbara Killing Joke happened and she wasn't back in the suit yet because that's New 52.
Yep.
And this is
Yep.
his how he writes Batgirl. Yikes.
Entertain me with the two spot. The covers are the only good thing about Hush 2.
Yeah, I mean, I
There,
have this David Finch cover up here.
yeah, it's got some strong covers. Yeah. J Dub, I need a pull but didn't enjoy option because I can never pass on Batman. You got to pass, brother.
there's a there's a volume. The new volume's already out. Just keep reading that.
That's literally what pass means. You have to click it. You must.
We're not adding. We can't even add a fifth option if you wanted to.
No, no. Patrick Zay says pass of the century, and I didn't even read it. Okay, well, listen, we're not doing that. You got to
You
read
gotta
it.
at least read it. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to read to critique. Shu Patel, hey guys, currently on my way to college, so won't be able to watch the whole thing, but we'll catch the replay. Early pick of the week, Poison Ivy Annual, even though I haven't read it. What is going on with people? You have to read to critique. You cannot say your pick of the week is a
I
book you
mean,
have not read.
unless the cover did enough for him.
Well,
He's
that'd be
judging a book by its cover, quite literally.
COTW. Uh, if you missed it, we spoke with David Harper
Yeah.
of Sketched this week. We spoke to him on Tuesday, and it was a really, really good conversation. We got into some big picture stuff. We talked about, why Absolute is kicking ass right now, how that is affecting the rest of the market, and what's the real deal with Marvel. We got into all that stuff. So go check it out if you haven't.
I really like the Marvel discussion for sure
Yeah.
because I think it's all of us, Marco included, are Marvel fans. So we want to see them be what we know they can be.
I mean, if you're not a Marvel fan, what are you even doing reading comics? Well,
You
Big
could,
Two comics,
I mean, you could just be one of those like DC only guys.
I guess. It's hard to
Half our
run a channel
audience.
like that. Uh, Jesus Christ. Absolute overthinker. Biggest pass besides that kidney stone in 2023.
Did you know a weird fact about kidney stones, Sean?
What's that?
Um, they haven't been able to replicate it anywhere else. But if you have kidney stones and you ride in a specific seat of Big Thunder Mountain in Florida's Magic Kingdom, Disney World,
Mhm.
it has helped people pass that stone because of the
Wow.
way the centrifugal force works.
That's interesting.
Doesn't
That is
happen in
interesting.
California, doesn't happen in Paris. Only that one for some reason.
I hope to never have kidney stones, but if I do, I know that I will be booking a trip
There you go.
to
Yeah,
Disney World.
there you go.
Yeah. All right, let's talk Batman Dark Patterns. This is the
Please.
end of this epic 12 issue miniseries. I think we're probably going to end up saying a lot of the opposite things that we just expressed about Batman mainline as we talk about this. This is written by Dan Waters with art by Hayden Sherman, colors by Triona Farrow, letters by Frank Vekovic. Child of Fire Part 3. Batman has been dealing with a dude who just really likes to see things burn. Nikki Harris, who is just a reporter. All of these arcs have had villains who are not Batman's typical. Even the Scarface one does not feature as the antagonist the ventriloquist, not the traditional one. So this sees, Nikki Harris putting himself and the good doctor, Dr. Seiko, whatever his name is,
Yeah.
in a fire and just letting them sit in those creepy ass costumes and see who's going to die first. And of course, Batman makes it onto the scene before anyone can die, handles his business, saves the day, and we get a wrap up. How did you feel about the end of Dark Patterns?
I think it was Banksy Man literally just stole the words out of my mouth here. I think it was a solid end to it. I don't think this last arc was my favorite of the four, but I definitely think it was really good. Um, I liked how this whole end of this final arc has been Batman frantically and frenetically trying to solve this case because fires are happening and he can't stop. He's still dealing with a gunshot wound. He's like infected from it. Um, he's a mess, and yet he still needs to be Batman, and I like that. I think with this issue, there's a lot less Batman than I expected for the final issue of Dark Patterns. Um, but I did enjoy the idea and the theme of fire that they've kind of been using throughout this arc, specifically this issue. And Hayden's art really fucking killed it with the fire stuff in this. Um, for a good chunk of the issue, it's just two guys in fireproof suits talking to each other in a burning house. So like, there's not much variety in what you have to get to draw there, but damn, it looked good. Every fire flame had its own personality in a way. Like you can feel this the wispiness that Hayden draws the flames. I thought was really interesting. Um, yeah, I think how it tied everything together with you know the the first arc with the wounded man and then the Scarface buildings into even that last arc with the old Red Hood gang. I thought it was really interesting and really kind of cool to see. Um, Not my pick of the week, but I thought it was a damn good issue.
Yeah, I thought this was all right. Uh, I'm looking at the rest of the books on the docket, and it may be my no, it's not.
It's a weak
Um,
week.
this was not a strong issue of Dark Patterns for me, unfortunately. I hate to say that because of how great this book has been throughout, but I just didn't feel like from either Dan or Hayden we got the best of them. We didn't get the kind of like ridiculous layouts we've been getting. This was a really cool
Yeah,
spread.
that was really the only one though.
Yeah, there weren't.
And
Yeah,
and with that spread, from what I've been taught in this series, and this is a thing that jumped out to me, was that to be looking for themes in the paneling and images within the paneling that maybe form out its own image, pareidolia or whatever. I didn't get that with this. Other issues we've had, the panels working into someone's shirt collar or panels showing a bat symbol. This was standardish
for Hayden.
for Hayden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a surprise to me. I thought we would go out crazy, and we sort of didn't. There's not a lot of Batman here either. And it also just sort of ends. Like, it doesn't really end on like a grandiose note, which is fine. I don't feel like it really has anything to say at the end other than, there's a fire in Gotham and implying that Batman is that fire. Okay. Somehow Batman is able to like repel the fire with his hand. I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, I
Um,
couldn't figure that out either.
it just felt like a hand wavy end, and like maybe another issue was needed. This just felt super tight, and not like tight like, oh, they wrapped this up really tightly. No, it just felt too quick, too easy.
Hey, it's Chinatown. That's kind of how I felt at the end of this issue. It's like, oh, this is just the Batman story, you know?
Yeah.
Um, I still, I mean, like, it still looks better than 90% of the comics out there. But this issue was a little, huh, storyline wise.
Um, yeah, I really wish it would have had a more bombastic closeout. And I also didn't love the idea that Nikki Harris influenced the prior crimes. I felt that that sort of took away from the independent nature of those stories. I don't think that that was necessary. I like the idea that there's just odd shit that happens in Gotham. It doesn't need an orchestrator.
Do you think those stories were written by themselves first? Because we know this was like extended, right? Um, and then
Do we?
well, we know that Dan Water said that, like he at least didn't plan on having Hayden for all 12.
It was always 12, but it was gonna be different artists.
Gotcha. Okay. But it almost feels like the first two, maybe three, were standalone, and then the fourth one retroactively ties them all together. Because if I'm thinking back on those books, I mean, I guess the theme of fire is there for all of them.
It is, yeah, it is
Yeah.
there. I don't
Hmm.
know. I don't remember if it was there for the first one, but it was there for the rest for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we'll never know. I guess like that could have worked, but again, the way that it's expressed is just like, hey, yeah, I did this, I did that. Like, it doesn't make me go, oh shit, because we never saw those things. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just telling us that's what it is, and they're inserting panels to show that he was here and there, and it's like, but he wasn't for us, so I don't really care.
My other issue with it was like I felt like we had the villain monologue in the previous issue,
There was
and
some of it, yeah,
then we're doing it again this one.
yeah.
So that felt a little redundant for me in the flow of the last two issues.
I hear that too, especially again because of the lack of Batman. It's just, a dude we don't necessarily care that much about talking about the glory of fire, which, it's just a little weird. And I don't agree with what Cole says. He says it all had to come together somehow. If this case arc just ended standalone, it'd feel pretty hollow. I don't see why.
I think I would have preferred if it was.
Like, up until this issue, or maybe I guess the last one, up until the last one, was it ever implied that there was a hidden hand? No. So why would we need that if we never had it and it didn't matter then? But it's still a pull. It's still strong. It's solid. And overall, I do still believe that Dark Patterns will end up being one of the best Batman stories overall as a whole that we've had. at least in the last 20 years. I would say of all time, personally, but
I would say at least at minimum contender for book of the year,
yeah,
which we'll
yeah,
get to that for the pallies coming up soonish,
absolutely.
sooner rather than later. Jeez.
This is a pull.
Yeah, it's a pull. Easy pull.
But
Wild because I also read this and Hush back to back in the same order we're reviewing them. So that was Whiplash. That was Batman Whiplash.
this is what I read last. This was
That might
what
have
I
been the
was
smart
most
move.
excited about. Um, MX Mothman says there's been a lingering cause of the fires that was present but downplayed as pareidolia. There was a hidden hand hinted, especially in the Scarface story. I guess I didn't read them that way. Maybe I wasn't reading them deeply enough, but I didn't read them like that.
I was reading them as is, so I think this might require me to buy the trade and read them all together.
Yeah. JD says first time watching live with time zones and all that jazz. I haven't read any single issues of Dark Patterns, but it's on my must buy for trades. That's awesome. Definitely pick it up. JD, what time zone are you in, my friend? Like, were you West Coast? Where you at? I'm curious. And I'm also going to put up a poll real quick while we're between books. Are you going to buy the Batman Dark Patterns trade? That's what I want to know.
Which it looks like comes out March 31st,
Yeah.
2026. Which man, I wish I wish DC could do the same thing Image does, where like the month after the books finish, the trade comes out.
That dude, think about it, right? Dark Patterns
Yeah,
trade December,
it's
Christmas.
a gift.
How many people have we heard of that
Yeah,
are waiting for this?
yeah. I wonder what stops that from happening.
Whatever it is.
Fix it.
Yeah. Because Image can do it. And Image isn't bigger
Sure.
than DC.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least for your biggest books. If you're talking about an absolute, you're talking about something like this, just for your marquee stuff, I feel like you can get that out the month after.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe they don't want to cannibalize the single issue sales, but that doesn't seem real. I don't know.
That's the only reasoning I can give it. But like, I'm more likely to buy the trade if it's still in my head. Like
And even then, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say out of sight, out of mind by March sometimes.
And also, who cares, right? Because if you've been waiting for the trade, you're not going to buy the 12th issue. You're waiting for the trade. I'm buying the 12th because I've read every other issue. It's just weird. Um, but yeah, the immediate result of the poll, just taking a look at it, is 81% of you are going to buy, and I see some comments saying they'll be double dipping. Are you going to double dip, Tyler?
I would really prefer to have this in a hardcover. I would kill to have it in a deluxe hardcover, like bigger art, like bigger pages.
Yeah.
I'm not holding my breath though, so this might be a game of chicken for me. It's not going to be an immediate trade pickup for me, I don't think, unless I see it at like the store and it's an impulse buy or at a con or something, because I do want a hardcover of this. And I ain't triple dipping. It's not Chili's.
Man, I miss rereading shit. I
I don't
like I
have
want to
time.
get it. I want to get it and like reread the trade, but it's like if I'm reading comics, I have a massive backlog that I need to be getting
Dude,
through.
same. I literally because I have a new office now, my new day job. I put All Star Superman on my desk. I'm like, I'm putting you in sight now. If I have downtime, I'm picking you up because it's just so hard for me to get to back issues sometimes.
All right, I'm gonna end this poll here because it is a landslide. 70 or 83% of you said yes to the question, are you buying the Batman Dark Patterns trade? 17% of you said no. Those are the ones among you whose tastes I question. No, I'm just kidding.
This
I'm
could
just
be
kidding.
floppy only people.
Yeah, which fair point. I might have voted no just because I don't know that I'm looking to get a trade. I would rather have this in hardcover.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was on near mint conditions Marvel previews today, and we were going over the previews for February. And a commenter who I don't know said that I am disgruntled but entertaining. Now, My question is, does that description fit me aptly? This is a person I've never seen before in my life.
Gruntled but entertaining.
I don't feel disgruntled. Am I disgruntled, chat? Do you feel
I
that from me?
I think sometimes you could come off as disgruntled, Sean.
I feel like it's a black thing. I feel like people like to describe black men as angry. I'm not disgruntled, I'm happy.
Hey, at least you're entertaining.
Yeah, exactly. It's better than being disgruntled and boring. I'd
Oh,
rather
that's the worst.
much. I would much rather be entertaining than boring. I'm cool with that. Banksy
Absolute
Main says, "I don't think so." Mm,
absolute overthinker says depends on the week.
that's
And I gotta
fair.
say, guys, heads up, this week is a week.
What you mean?
There wasn't anything that I read for the show that blew my pants off this week.
Oh, in
Yeah.
that regard, yeah.
I did read Beneath the Trees this week though. Banger issue.
I gotta get to that.
Banger issue.
Damn, fuck. See, like, I would love to read those things for the show. I want to, but I just feel like,
See, you see the drop off happening right then.
yeah, exactly. Luna said coin flip. What is that implying? What are you implying by using that specific verbiage, Luna? I see you. Um, Roger says, I'd say that description fits Sal from Comic Pop. Wow. You
I
find
don't
Sal to
think
be
Sal is
disgruntled?
disgruntled. No,
That's interesting. That's interesting. I feel like
he's a veteran.
Sal, he is a veteran, but I feel like Sal leans more toward, well, I don't know. When he doesn't like something, he's pretty honest. I,
What's
I
his
respect it about Sal.
What's his take on One More Day?
Oh, he despises it.
Okay, he's disgruntled.
But I'm cool with that. Because you know why? You know why I'm cool with that? Because Sal has a reason to talk about it.
Sure,
He's making, he's making videos and
sure.
stuff. So I get that.
I,
But
I
yeah, go
wonder
ahead.
how comfy that couch is. I think that would depend on how disgruntled I am.
Not comfy enough for me to be sitting on it with all three of them.
Oh, that's too many people for that couch.
Yeah. That couch ain't big
Okay.
enough to be comfy enough for all three of those people.
Ass to ankles with people.
Yeah. MX Mothman says it's not wrong. You're entertaining when you're annoyed, at least. Thank you. Entertain me, absolutely, Sean. You do entertain me. That's what I live for, is to
There you go.
entertain you.
That's right in his name.
Dan Trudeau says, I don't think disgruntled is the right word. You're still primarily motivated by a love of comics. I'm not disgruntled about comics, certainly not. Kale was disgruntled, no shade, according to Near. I think
Yes.
Kale would have said that.
Yes. Well, the Kale was a grumpy old man, and he would say the same.
Yeah, and he's like a year older than me.
Yeah.
Dex Baker says, as a black man, I think you're very disgruntled but entertaining.
He said Uno reverse card.
I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, let's talk about Batman Static Beyond. This issue 1. This is Evan Narcisse, Nicholas Draper Ivy, who is credited as a storyteller as well as the artist here. Will Quintana on the colors, Wes Abbott, excuse me, on the letters. So what do you need to know? You need to know that this book takes place in the far-flung future, aka something that will never matter. That being said, it does show us the future of Static as a grown, badass-looking dude, alongside Icon, Superman, Barda, and a few other heroes. But it also shows us Batman Beyond's regular life as he goes through school and drama in what's it called? Neo Gotham?
Sure.
Or maybe it's just Gotham, whatever
I
it
think
is.
it's Neo Gotham.
Okay. And he fights some Joker people. I gotta tell you, as somebody who really enjoys Static and Batman Beyond, I found myself to be very not entertained by this. The first half I thought was fun, but the second
Yes.
half I just was
Yes.
like, what is this?
I was into it when it was the idea of, oh, they're in the future. Static is older, and he's kind of one of the
Yeah.
leaders of this Justice League,
Hell yeah.
trying to spearhead Earth on their I guess platform with the rest of the galaxy as like a real player in the universe. And then we go right back into Batman Beyond stuff, and I'm just not into Batman Beyond. I'm sorry. It's an outdated future.
Yeah.
And like the like I don't like like Terry McGinnis is just kind of boring to me. Uh, God, man. As soon as we got to Earth and we were like, "Oh, here's Terry," I checked out. You know, I thought the art was interesting. I think Nicholas Draper Ivy is an acquired taste. And there's one thing I'll give him. There's no art out there in mainline or big two comics that looks like his. Um, I thought sometimes I didn't like the coloring and the forms it gave his art. Everything looks a little like the CG parts of Reboot. Look like Ko Lyoko type shit. Um, but yeah, I'm with you, Sean. Like 1-to-1, I checked out as soon as we got to Neo Gotham, and I was like, I don't care about this dork who's getting bullied. Who is he? We're gonna have like new Bang Babies. Bring back Static in the Justice League. I want to see how a young Batman deals an adult Static. Like that's what I want.
Ah, man, yeah, like I wasn't sure what to expect coming into this. And I just I'll be honest, I got whiplash going from one story to the next because it just felt so different. Um, I wasn't really here for it. I am a big fan of Nicholas Draper Ivy's art. His art just stands out in such a big way. And, you know, anecdotally, anytime I've shown one of my friends his art style, they always stop and look, and rarely do they care about anything else that I'm buying comics wise. So I know there's something to that, but I can't lie. I don't think this was his best showing. But I also would say that largely I feel that way about the second half because I thought the first half looked badass. Like look at Static. He looks so cool. That design is amazing.
I would say it's an iconic design at this point.
I think so.
And like I think that first part of that story was new. It was different for me. I don't think I've ever read an adult Static story. You know, so that was what was interesting to me. And then going back to the familiar, quote unquote, with like going right back to Batman Beyond, where he's got, you know, his girlfriend and there's like some trouble, like, you know, he's dealing with being Batman and Terry at the same time, fighting Jokers. I'm like, that is we did that already 20 plus years ago for a TV show that maybe we should stop going back to. Um yeah. If issue 2 winds up being a lot more like the first half of this, I might pick it up. But yeah, I don't know, man. This is an odd duck.
Yeah, like damn, it sucks because I was really looking forward to this. I want to like this. Um I love the creative team, but I don't know, man. I can't I $5, there's just no way. I'm not buying the second one. There's just no way. Because I don't give a flying fuck about that Joker gang. I don't I don't understand what the connection was. I probably missed it, like I said. I think everything about that second half was not enjoyable. And you know what's funny? We laugh at what Tyler said before about this feeling like an outdated future, but it really is. Like
Yeah.
it feels it's futuristic in the sense that like they've got all these brilliant lights and stuff like that, but everything else is just like our world or not even our world. This feels like 90s shit. This feels like what was future in the 90s.
Yeah, Dan says in the chat, it's as futuristic as Tomorrowland was in 1962.
Sure.
Um, and like I didn't really understand what was going on too. Like the whole idea of this like net thing they're making, I guess like a new internet energy source. It was so much of like old future buzzwords thrown into a soup, and like we're just ladling out whatever we can. People say glitch all of a sudden. Nobody said the curse word though. What was the curse word they always said in Batman Beyond?
Oh, I don't remember.
But like that wasn't even said. I'm like, you're not even hitting the good parts. Um, yeah, I think the covers are cool. Yeah, they got this cover up here. But this is not for me. That's not to say it's not for anyone. I think there is an audience for this. It's just not me.
It felt like baby's first Batman Beyond comic, which I don't want, and not enough of the crazy space cool static stuff that I did want. So I'm not willing to pay $5 for half of what I want when you only get X amount of pages in a comic. So even though I enjoyed some aspects of this, and I do think Nicholas Draper Ivy is the future, I mean he's not even on the next one from what Chris Gonzalez in the chat says that Miguel Mendonca will be coming on, who is great. I'm not
Well,
taking
it's
anything
wildly
away.
different though.
Very different, yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
So
Yeah, that's you're hobbling this at the knees then. No, I'm seeing the second issue has Nicholas Shaper Ivy on art too. At least
okay,
League of Comic Geek says it. So okay, yeah, because I don't think that would be too much of a change. I think.
okay, good. Yeah, my mistake to go by chat. Um, but in any event, unfortunately for me, I do have to pass
Yeah,
because I'm not coming back. I can't recommend it in good confidence, and I just didn't have enough fun. That's all I came here for.
yeah,
It's not in continuity in the sense that none of this is ever going to matter. So it better be fun. And it wasn't.
and I think it's only 2 issues.
What?
There's no third issue, and that's December is issue 2. So January Slits is already out. So skipping a month.
Uh,
Uh, yeah, that doesn't give me much faith in it. 2 issues
no.
like that's you can't even make a trade of that.
And you're introducing new concepts.
Yeah, there's
Like
the new villain being introduced in the second issue too.
they did a whole bunch of shit in this first one, and none of it's going to matter in 1 month. It's crazy. Yeah. So you're passing, or what are you
It's
doing?
a pass for me. Yeah.
Somebody pick of the week this.
That's fine.
50% of you didn't buy read, pull, and pass were the same at 24%. And pick of the week is 2%. So, hey, what's up, Matt Fisher? Matt says, I thought static was 6. I don't know.
It
Apparent from what we can see, it's 2.
it is 6. It is 6. It's
Oh,
just
it
I
is?
guess it's skipping a month.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Good. Good
Yeah.
to know.
I just
Good to
looked it
know.
up. Yep.
Matt Fisher, that is fine, brother. I know you spend all your money with JD and Salamonster on Tuesday Night Titans,
Wow.
but we love you anyway.
Cheating on
Um,
us. Goddamn. Tuesday Night Titans. Is that an NXT show?
No, that's JD from New York and Salamonster's um
Oh.
live
Well,
stream that they do together.
I'm like one of those guys.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Me too. Okay, so that's our bat block for the week. Three
Yeah.
Batman books.
Honestly, the
Yeah.
best one of the week, Batman and Robin. I read that as well, but not on
Oh,
our
okay.
list.
Well,
Yeah.
I didn't get to that. Did I buy that?
We're gonna
I guess
find
you
out
guys will
later.
find out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find out later. Shit. I don't even know.
It
You
was
know,
Fico Ossio on that issue, who is very good.
nice, nice, nice. Let's talk about you know what? Let's talk about the poll, actually. Let's talk
Oh,
about the Pals poll, which is up right now. Batman Static won that poll. So great. But this week, new poll. It's up right now. You guys can vote. Twilight Zone number 2, Absolute Flash number 9, which is crushing. Well, actually, no, it's losing. But it has 35% of the vote. Nova Centurion number 1 has 40% of the vote.
amen, brother.
But
What?
there is something special on this book, and you better not complain about it.
I
Because
won't. I wouldn't. Why would I?
you said we could do this. Spawn
Whoa!
the
Hold
Dark
on.
Ages number 1. Number
What?
1.
I don't remember agreeing to this.
You sure did. You sure did. And it's up there. So this is it, guys. Now or never.
No.
If you want Spawn to be reviewed on this channel, you need to vote Spawn in this poll. That's what you better do.
Man, if Spawn wins, this is a quadruple hit for me because A, Spawn gets on the show. I'm against that. B, it means Nova loses, which I'm extra against.
Right.
And 3, uh, it's Liam Sharp written. I'm not a big.
Oh.
It's Liam Sharp written and drawn, so it might look interesting, but I find Liam Sharp's written stuff to be obtuse.
Okay. I don't think I've read anything he's written yet.
I think we did for the show.
Oh, well, there you go. Roger Hernandez. Wait, does anyone know if you got to read Imperial to read Nova? I highly doubt it. I highly
Nova's
doubt it.
pissed off, and he has the Centurion in his helmet now. There you go. The world mind is all within him. He's every
Yeah,
Nova. They're all in him.
pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Dex Baker, can I actively vote against Spawn? I am a hater.
Dex, my man.
You know, it was a smaller audience, but it was a rabid one that we had for a little while there with Spawn. I don't know where they all went. They probably unsubscribed because you fuckers won't let us talk Spawn.
Sean, do you remember a book from Image Comics called Starhenge?
Yeah, but I don't think I read it.
We read it for the show, I think. 2022? I would have been on the show.
Sure.
I
I
remember
don't
reading it and being like, yo, what the fuck am I reading right now?
know. B Black with the 4.99. What is up? Says showing Sean love never took you as disgruntled but very poetic preacher, one of the group who keeps everyone on topic and paced. Folks confused it though. Wow, B Black, thank you so much. I appreciate being read in a positive way for once.
Sure.
And I'm sharing that love right back with you, brother. Thank you for hanging out with us and donating some of your comics bucks and your time with us. Really appreciate it, brother. All right, let's talk Green Lantern Corps number 10. Morgan Hampton has now had the training wheels removed and is going solo without Jeremy Adams. Will Conrad and Iguara are on art. Fernando Passerin on the pencils as well. Auclair Albert on inks. Colors by Arif Prianto. Matt Herms. Letters by Dave Sharp. So, what's going on is that John Stewart, and this was news to me. I actually got told this in person by Jeremy Adams during our interview that there are, in fact, two John Stewarts. One of them is the one that we saw die during
Yeah.
the Star Breaker supremacy. But the other one, the real one,
Host a Daily Show.
yes, the black host of the Daily Show that we all know
Oh,
of,
oops.
he's been sequestered somewhere, chilling with his girl. He said, he's Marco, basically. He said, I don't have time to save the world right now. I need to get my girl back. So that's what he's been doing, but he's been called back to duty and he is not happy about it because one-on-one private time with his wife has been pretty sweet. But he is back with a new costume and new enemies to fight in this issue of Green Lantern. Tyler, what'd you think?
I think this might be my pick of the week.
Okay.
I had a lot of fun with this. I thought this was a fun as hell issue. What I liked about this book was, not to reiterate it, but the fun of it all. It's literally Oa now is, I don't think it was ever fully explained to me, is the homeworld of all of the Lantern Corps now,
Yeah.
which I find to be such a weird twist on it, on the whole Jeff Johns era of stuff. But I love it because then that means you get Game of Thrones type shit, but with space cops. And now, like, you have this core set of lanterns who are, there's some training these new recruits that I think are really fun, and then there also are, with John trying to bring order just to Oa itself, and I find that really interesting. I think that uh, the art was wildly different between the two stories, but I liked both of them for what they were. I mean, they have a fucking Green Lantern core, a core sized creative team. Like, you almost lost your breath trying to name them all. But I really enjoyed this. I like the bit with like Larfleeze. He's got his own little island. How the Red Lanterns are fighting for their section because it's the only place where they can actually live because of the lake. Which we don't have, like, Kyle's on the story, Joe's on the story. Like, we can have the next issue be about them. I like the idea of what this book could bring, and the whole John of it all is interesting. It really feels like Jeremy Adams kind of tackling it with Morgan Hampton. tackling a lingering plot thread they need to tackle. Because if that was just out there, people would be tweeting like storms. And I really like how Morgan Hampton handles it here. He's just like, all right, we're just gonna go right into it. This John's now in the mix, and he's a little annoyed, and I like that. I thought this was just a lot of fun. This reminded me a lot of like Tomasi era Green Lantern Corps in a way.
Yeah, I enjoyed this, but I did have some issues. I kind of wish that first of all, John had taken a little bit like he's reluctant, but he's so back in.
Yeah,
Um,
it's also his ring is talking to him with his mother's voice.
yeah, I just feel like that moves so fast because we John just died 2 issues ago. Then or maybe it was even last issue, and then now he's just back. Like
Fair,
this old version of him is back and immediately in the driver's seat of this book. Maybe they could have taken a breather and let the John stuff play in the background so that everyone else can shine and then bring John back just a little bit later.
like an arc.
Yeah. And again, if that, like he could be in the margins, he could be in the back, maybe being convinced to rejoin the fray. Maybe something critical happens that causes him to have to come back into the mix. This just felt so quick and so easy that I don't feel like anything was really earned or fought for on the part of the creative team to sell us on this. And what about the people who watch John die? Like, or who are aware that he had died. Shouldn't that have a more of a punch? I just feel like it's sort of a wasted opportunity.
Sure, no, I don't disagree. I think it's a weird thing because like you can't disregard the whole John of it all, but doing it too soon makes it also jarring. You know what I mean? Uh, so I get what you're saying. I'm of the camp of like just rip the band-aid off and get right to it. But I totally understand what you're saying.
I also struggled with the art. I've enjoyed Passerin's art for a long time, not just in this
And
run, but sorry,
Pastorin would have been the one doing the uh
the
recruit stuff.
I thought he was the opening stuff. I thought.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
not sure.
but I found that there were just too many artists, and I
Sure.
thought that was jarring. What are you gonna do? I guess, they fell into a conflict, but it is what it is. My biggest problem with this book is that I needed to find a way to make it so that it feels like an ensemble cast. I love John. I want John here. I don't want this to be the John Stewart book.
Yes.
I want it to be all these people. Where's Joe? Where's Kyle? Really, Jessica and Baz. Like I want them all.
It's a lot to have to juggle. Where Hal gets his own book with Superboy, and I guess Kyle's in that book too.
Yeah.
Um, and then you have everyone else has to be here, which is not. It's a lofty goal to have to do. I think we'll
Yeah.
see what the next issue is like, and if it bounces to another set of characters, and then maybe it's like a 1A and 1B situation every other issue. That works with like a book like Spider-Man because it's bi-weekly. That might be a detriment to this book though, if it's something like that.
Yeah, it is sort of setting up an interesting sort of interesting villain angle. I really like everything else that Tyler talked about regarding like the different groups of lanterns and stuff like that, but by the end we get introduced to some crazy villain called Inquar who can like go in their bodies and kill them from the inside. It's some kind of weird shit like that. Very cool.
I think we saw him in the first issue these guys did together.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. I
like he
don't
was
remember.
like a baby, like how he was here.
Uh,
But he was like a they knew something was up with him. I know he looked familiar. So I think this is a callback to the beginning of the run. Either way, it looks great. There's actually a variant, Sean, that I saw um, that is a map of Oa variant.
oh, you have it up now.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really see shit with it, but like, I would want that because I love a fucking map. I think that should be in the book as well.
I would I would love to have it in the book. I would
Yeah.
not buy that cover.
No, I don't think it works as a cover,
Yeah,
but I like the art of it all.
mm.
Like,
I'm a pull.
I'm a pull. Also, it put in one of my favorite uh lanterns in this. Volk, the volcano guy that was in
Y-
Morrison's run. Love that
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Love that dude. Uh what else we have this week coming up? This is my pick of the week. Yeah, let's just make my pick.
Okay. All right. 50% of you did not buy or read this. 27% say pull, pick of the week, 20% pass, 3%. Remember that every book we review gets a poll, and we encourage you guys to vote in it. Not only does it help the old algorithm just a little bit, but it gives us a better idea of what you guys want to hear us talking about. And to address, by the way, the Green Lantern on the poll of last week, I do want to explain myself. Um, I put up the polls typically weeks in advance, and the release schedules do change. And I did not want Green Lantern to be on the poll anymore because it just wins every time. But my sister had a baby, so I wasn't able to go back in and like take the poll off and then redo it in time for the show on Thursday because I was in another world. But yeah, there will be no more Green Lantern books on the polls.
It's
No
either we
more.
do it on the show or we just don't do it at all.
Yep. Yep. I want other books to shine. I think you guys all want other books to shine. So if Green Lantern is going to be on the show, it's because it should be that week. So let's talk about Transformers number
Oh, I forgot this
26.
is on our poll. I read it though.
Yeah.
We're good.
This is Robert Kirkman with art by Dan Mora, colors by Mike Spicer, and letters by Russ Wooten. Oh, we're doing the young thing now?
Yeah, I was chuckling at the young part. Yeah.
That's what we're doing now? All right. Well, listen. I'll accept it and thank you for the congratulations because it actually applies. Now I am actually an uncle, so I will take the unk. I accept it. Thank
Cool. I'll change your lower third. Got it.
you. Thank you, Joey Sham. Appreciate you. Transformers. So we're still in a rebuilding phase. We're still sort of setting up the dominoes in a lot of ways. And Robert is continuing a lot of the things that Daniel Warren Johnson set up, which I'm grateful for. I thought this was a really good issue. It's actually my pick of the week. Again, this was not the best week, but this was the book I think I enjoyed the most. I really like the idea of Optimus trying to convince I forget which freaking Decepticon it was, but convince them like, hey man, we're on the right side here. We will help you. We're helping your friend. You know, you don't have to fight against us just because your allegiance has been to the Decepticons in the
It
past.
was a Thundercracker.
Ah, yes,
Yes.
Thundercracker. So I really like that part. And then I'm also enjoying the intrigue behind the government guy and his involvement with the Autobots because he's giving them everything that they want. And that seems too convenient because he clearly does, like, he's giving them everything that they want. He's saying the right things, but there's something about his presentation that makes it feel like he does not actually respect or like the Autobots. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing the other shoe drop there.
Yeah, because the Transformers are all a little naive.
Yeah, they don't know about human deception. They only
Yeah.
know about robot versus robot stuff.
Yeah. It's sometimes very black and white. Decepticon versus Autobot. And I love how this series, even with the Daniel Warren Johnson stuff and continuing with this, is adding gray to a lot of it and adding gradation. Like Thundercracker essentially switching sides. Do you
Yeah.
think he gets like a new emblem? And they take off the
Uh
Decepticon one, he puts on an
that would be
Autobot
cool.
one.
That would be cool.
But I like that. I like the bits with oh, what's his name? Ultra Magus, the guy who kind of looks like Optimus but bigger.
Yeah.
Um, kind of being like, what the fuck is Optimus doing right now? And like questioning him without ever saying it. It's all through body language and the way he stares at people. I like that. I like how there's like uh, uh some dissension in the ranks for what is a very black and white situation. Yeah, this is really good. I thought this is good stuff.
I also really like the dissension in the ranks that we have seen with the crew that's in space. because the woman Autobot, whose name I can never ever, oh, Elida, um, she's pissed off, and she's been pissed off since the last run, and I'm actually excited because I don't care as much for Autobots versus Decepticons. We've been seeing that forever. If there are going to be shades of gray, if humans are going to be that gray element, and then Elida and whatever her crew is going to do, those are all really exciting things that I've never really seen in the Transformer space before. So those kinds of differences are why I'm excited to continue to read this book.
I like that as well. That's more dissension. That's more gray. That's adding color to this black and white world, and that's just another instance of it. And like poor old Cliffjumper has to deal with her, who's like the tiny guy from he looks bigger drawn by Dan Mora, but he was the little guy in Danny Warren Johnson's run. So.
Yeah. Matt Fisher, in order to correct my pronunciation, you must super chat. You cannot correct my pronunciation for free. I'm sorry.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm with that.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I mean this continues to be fun. I know there were concerns about Robert Kirkman coming on and turning this into more of a Saturday morning cartoon show comic than it may have felt like before. And I don't know that I share those concerns yet because I still think that there's stuff happening beneath the surface.
Yeah.
So this arc will tell the story, but so far, 2 issues deep, I'm really enjoying this.
Yes, and I like how Carly and Spike are in this too. Still, so is Shredhead, who wasn't in the previous issue, which was a little worrying. So like the Daniel Warren Johnson creations are still within this,
Yeah.
so they're not just ditched. Um, I did have some points, Sean. Maybe you're with me on this, where Dan Moore is fighting with the Transformers was a little hard to keep track of.
I mean I'm not going to disagree at all. I'm having some of the same problems that I was having during the previous run with that specifically.
Yeah,
I just don't know if there's an artist who can make this work for me.
I mean, I think Daniel Warren Johnson did the best, but he was the most stylized with it. Like I felt like a lot, like I felt like there was times here where Moore was trying to continue the wrestling that Danny
Yeah,
Warren
yeah.
Johnson kind of did, but this is a guy who I've talked to him doesn't care much for wrestling. Um, and it just he just wasn't hitting those things that like a wrestling guy would know what to hit, you know?
Yeah, there was a clothesline, I think,
Yeah, that's
that
what got me too.
Optimus
Yeah,
delivered, yeah. I mean, he rocked the shit out of dude,
yeah, that
but it
last legend
wasn't the
forearm.
right that wasn't the moment.
Yeah,
That wasn't the moment. Daniel Warren Johnson would have shown we would have seen this dude's neck getting smashed in by Optimus's arm there,
yeah.
not the aftermath. Matt Fisher dropping 199 to correct me. It's pronounced Elita.
Yeah,
Bite me. All right. Well, I won't bite you, nor will I bite her,
I thought
nor
it,
will I bite this.
I thought it was Alita one, not Alita bite me.
Um, 6 issues of what? Style so serious as I thought it was 6 issues. 6 issues of what?
He might be behind.
Oh,
That's about the static thing, probably.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like this a lot. I
I
like it a
think
lot.
I think Spicer's colors on Dan Moore's art is really interesting.
It's a good point.
It it's really I don't know. He's colored flatter than. Oh no, it's not even flatter. It's different. I don't really know how to put my finger on it. I love the way he draws the lasers and all that. That really he pops with the coloring of it. This like bright orange and yellows. Um, but it feels different than more art typically is. Maybe because it's robots. I don't know. It's just it's flat, but there's a lot of like dirt in the colors too, and the shading of things.
Mike Spicer is very good at bringing that
Yeah,
flavor. It reminds me a lot of the Swamp Thing, which makes sense because
yeah.
it was also colored by him.
Yeah. Spicer is king of secondary colors for me. Really knows when to put those pinks and greens and purples in.
Yeah, he's so awesome. So awesome. Yeah, this was my pick of the week.
Yeah, I think it was pretty close for me too. I really liked it.
And as for you all, 45% of you voted pull, Didn't buy a read is 36%. Pass is 19%. Or pick of the week, excuse me, is 19%. And nobody passed on this. It's very good.
Oh wow, okay.
I like to see that. Um, yeah, Dan Moore is only on the book for 6 issues. That
Oh
is
okay.
unfortunate, but it is true. Yeah.
Do we know
And
who? I guess we don't know who's following him yet. Okay.
we don't know who's following him.
It's
All
Trent.
we know is that Dan Mora has said that in 2026 he's going to be focusing on just one book, and that will be a DC book.
Jenzilla says, I fell asleep on my copy of Transformers, pissed at myself. I misread pissed at myself. I thought you pissed on yourself while you were sleeping. So I'm glad you didn't do that.
Which would then mean you would have pissed on your copy of Transformers.
Oh, that's like getting steak juice on it.
Which I would accept that that happened to you if it was Hush, but if it's Transformers, you got to go get another copy. Yeah, you got to get another copy.
Get the PP copy on eBay. Pre pissed on issue.
Shalom Warburg asks, when will The Flash by Mark Waid and Christopher Cantwell be reviewed? Well, Shalom, since you asked for it and you've never asked for anything before, um, I will think about that. I will see how the schedule looks. I don't actually know when the next issue comes out, but I read the first one. It was cool. I liked it.
I liked it as well. Yeah, I read it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we could probably do that for you, Shalom. Shalom is a patron.
Yeah, yeah, for
So
sure.
if a patron asks me a question, something they want, the answer is probably going to be yes.
I will oblige.
Yeah, so we'll
It
try to
comes
make that
out
happen.
on the 26th, which is a fucking huge ass week.
Oh shit! All right, listen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
because
absolute Batman and Wonder Woman, Superman, DCKO, Justice League.
I already have what we're supposed to be reviewing on that week in
Yeah.
front of me, and it's
Oh,
already 6 books.
is Batman Green Arrow the
Of
question on there?
course, of course.
Okay, good. That's you've never read a Gabriel Hardman book on the show.
No, no, I don't know. I don't even know if he's done anything since we've been
I don't
doing the
think
show.
so. I don't think. Oh, Infernal Hulk is that? God
That
damn,
and
that's a big
so
week.
it's five. It's so what I have is 5 DC books and 1 Marvel book. How am I supposed to get Flash in there?
Put him on the poll.
Oh, what's on that poll that week? That poll's insane.
What's on the poll? Is that
Night.
Gooner Black Cat cover on there? You see that cover?
No, I haven't.
Oh, oh
I
my
have
lord.
not. All right, yeah, Shalom. We'll figure it out,
We'll
dude.
figure it
We'll
out.
figure it out. You asked, I'll make it happen somehow, some way. Fuck it, do 8 books, says Cole.
Cole.
Listen, Cole, there will be a time. A time will come one day where this show will be able to sustain that because we'll be making so many comics bucks, right? That we'll just be able to, say whatever to whatever else we have to do because we can afford to do this and do 8 books. But until that point, brother.
Ultimate Spider-Man #1 by Bendis Facsimile Edition comes out that week too.
Oh, we should review that.
Yeah. All right, this is not Pal's previews. I'm gonna get off the League of Comic Geeks.
Well, let's talk instead about a very surprise drop that we got this. Well, there were a couple of books that were actually dropped by surprise, and they are in fact books that feature crossovers between Marvel and DC characters. Many people complained about their inability to read the Marvel DC crossover books digitally, but Marvel had a make good for you, which are exclusive stories, exclusive for now. Um, and one of them is Fantastic Four Flash, and that's the first one we're going to talk about. And then the other one is Shazam and Thor. So let's start with Flash Fantastic Four. It's written by Jeremy Adams with art by Adrian Gutierrez, colors by Romulo Fajardo Jr., and letters by Josh Reed. Now it's important to know that this comic is it's in that like infinite
It's
scroll
long.
type. Yeah. It's a long one. It's one
Yeah.
of those kinds of books. I have read a small amount of these and I do not like them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that this works for comics, and I don't think that it I didn't get a lot out of
It
this.
doesn't. It's not additive to me.
No.
Um, that being said, I had fun with this issue. The both of these. So we'll talk about the Flash Fantastic Four one. Um, had a lot more room than they would have if they were just backups in those uh previous crossover issues. Um, and this I thought was kind of fun. It dealt with Grodd versus the Flash and Fantastic Four, and at one point, Reed is separated from Fantastic Four, and Barry has to become the scientist for it all. And he teams up with Sue, Ben, and Johnny to traverse back through the Speed Force to get back to Grodd. Uh, I thought the story was cute. That was a cute little story. There were a couple of bits where I was like, okay, they're using the medium. Where there's this one part where Reed's arm stretches and you have to keep scrolling and his arm keeps stretching. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, that's cute. Uh, but I found a lot of the issue that I had with this format is the text boxes were almost taking up my whole book, my whole screen before I could even see the art. They're almost like tailed, so they're above the art rather than integrated within it.
Yeah.
And I found it to be too much. I didn't like, I'm reading on an iPad. I don't need text to be that big. It was huge. I felt like I didn't need my readers for this. Um, so that took away from it a bit for me. That being said, I thought the story and the art were fine. They were fun.
I don't really have a lot to add. I this just didn't do anything for me. Like Rod Rod just having control of the Flash, and then him just being Flash being stopped by Invisible Woman's wall, and that defeating his mind control. I was just like, I don't know. It was fine. Nothing for me to write home about. I actually enjoyed the second story much more.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I'm with you. I don't think I've really fucked with Jeremy Adams' Flash ever. Um, and we were, what was it, 1 Minute War?
1 Minute War, yeah.
Uh, I said I didn't care much for that either. So yeah,
Well, the second story that we got was, for me at least, um more interesting.
yeah.
This was Thor Shazam. It's written by Al Ewing. Do you know the artist off the top of your head?
I was an artist that I lost. I'll find it
Yeah,
though.
I had the same problem. I enjoyed this one a lot. It's very Al Ewing, and I think that's a big reason why I liked it. It's simple story. It's Mr. Mind. He's
Yeah,
got that little nasty bug guy. He's got a big bug body, and it's up to Thor and Shazam to defeat him. But there's a slight problem that Billy Batson's power to become Shazam makes them swap around,
yeah.
which I thought was really funny. And then at one point, Shazam gets Thor's hammer, and that's cool. It just felt like exactly what I want from this kind of a crossover. Some thoughtfulness about the two characters' power sets and how they could intersect. A villain who we all already know and you don't need to explain, and then you just get to have fun.
I thought it was Jethro Morales is the artist.
Oh, okay, cool.
I thought this was a typical Al Ewing book, and I mean that in the best way possible, where he understands who these characters are at their core, and he found a connector. And I never put these pieces together that Donald Blake Thor is essentially Shazam.
Right.
Like it makes so much sense, and then the fact that they're off sync leads to hijinks. And when Thor isn't Thor, then his power goes to Mr. Mind because he took that power of Thor with me. I like how he spelled his full name instead of MR. It was Mister Mind because he
Yeah.
just took more powers, like Darkseid, Mephisto's powers. I thought that was really funny. I thought it was wild they called him Captain Marvel. I was like, oh, Al Ewing took a shot. He went for it. It's you can, I guess, if it's a crossover. He's writing a Marvel book, so yeah, he called him Captain Marvel. Um, yeah, I thought this was a lot of fun. I buff Mr. Mind, horrifying.
Yeah, that was crazy. I wasn't expecting that at all. And I like that too. Like it's not Black Adam. That for me, that becomes something else if the villain is Black Adam. But because it's Mr. Mind, you don't have this greater expectation. Again, you can go goofy, which I think for something like this and a writer like Al Ewing, that's the right play. So I was pretty pleased with this story overall. I liked it.
I'm on record as being a fan of when Al Ewing goes goofy, and this is kind of what it was. But also, like, it still has bits of his Immortal Thor run too, baked into that character, which I liked.
Yeah. So these were fun. We have no idea if Marvel and DC will be dropping more things like this, but I really appreciated the fact that not only did they do this, they also were offering trials. I know Marvel was offering a free trial to anybody who had Marvel Unlimited who wanted to try the DC Universe app or Marvel, yeah, like that. And it probably goes the other way around as well. So I think that's a
Oh,
really good
that's really
idea.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing
Um,
they're doing something cool with Marvel Unlimited too. That's they're adding a hub to Marvel Rivals you can join with 100 players in Times Square, and they can visit different shops. And one of them is Marvel Unlimited, and it says you can read in game. I don't know what that's like. I will test it when I can.
Interesting.
So they're trying new things there.
Hmm. Matt Fisher with the 199 says One World Under Doom next week. Yes, unfortunately.
Oh, I still have the read last issue.
Oof. Uh, MX Mothman. I've read a lot of manhwa, so I don't hate the format, but I don't think most regular comic artists' work is suited for it. I'm not even sure that the traditional comics writers' talents are suited for it. I don't think that
Yeah,
I think it's a completely different mindset. I really do.
yeah, and I don't know if we cracked the code yet on this side of the world.
Yeah.
And
Uh
I found a lot of the times too, like the art just didn't fit on my page. Like I was losing it. Like I would see a piece of it and I'm not seeing the full image, and it's just it wasn't my thing.
Style so serious. What run are you talking about? He said overall has this run been good? What run are you talking about? Um, Roger Hernandez. So I can get a free subscription to DC with my Marvel subscription. That's what I am understanding. Um, so actually, Marco shared this a little while ago. Uh, Marvel Unlimited is giving DC Universe Infinite subscribers a 30-day free trial. Unlock your one-stop destination to over 30,000 Marvel comics spanning the entire Marvel universe. So if you have a DC Universe Infinite subscription, you can get Marvel Unlimited for free for 30 days. I think that's genius.
And the inverse too. That's cool.
And the inverse as well, from what I understand. It's beautiful. Cole says Mark Waid has said he couldn't call him Captain Marvel in his Shazam run or DC books. He called him the Captain. They can call him Captain Marvel in the Marvel crossover, though. I wish they'd let him be Captain Marvel all the time.
They let him do it in Marvel crossover because Marvel has the rights.
Yeah. I get why they don't, but I don't know. Do you think of him as Shazam or Captain Marvel?
He's still Captain Marvel in my head and heart, but I get it. I don't think you should be calling him the word he uses to transform. I actually prefer the Mark Wade where they just call him the captain.
Oh, I hated the Captain.
Really?
Oh my God, that
It just
sounds so bad.
it sounds like a workaround, but the name that he uses like that doesn't work to me.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what else they have in store for us, but I really appreciate that they stealth dropped this. Super fun stuff. Give us some numbers, guys. You know how we end the show. We can't
Whoa,
free
whoa,
you.
whoa! We
What
forgot a
happened?
book,
What book?
American Caper.
Oh, oh, that's right. What am I talking about? Oh my God.
We ain't done yet.
That's right. Whoops, my bad.
No, we're
Let's
good.
talk about American Caper, number one. It's written by Dan Hauser. If that name is familiar to you, it's because Dan Hauser is one of the people behind Grand Theft Auto and behind, I believe, Red Dead Redemption. So if you enjoy the writing of those properties, then I don't know, maybe this will be up your alley. Dan
Rockstar guy.
Hauser, yeah. Dan Hauser is joined by Laszlo, art by David Lapham, Chris Anderson, Lee Lowridge on colors, Nate Picos, Blambot. on the letters. Now, I saw a lot of feedback on this book before I even got to check it out for myself, tried to put that stuff out of my mind as I read it. And what it largely is a very, very uninteresting person, that being the protagonist of the book, telling us about his very, very uninteresting life for many pages with many, many, many narration boxes that ultimately led me to the understanding that I do not and will not like any person in this book. Therefore, I should not read this book.
I hated this. I will say David Lapham. I enjoy David Lapham's art. I think David Lapham. He's doing. Oh, what's the current book? That he's doing right now, but he's known for 100 bullets. No, not 100 bullets. Stray bullets, and he's currently doing like good deeds, something or other. Um, it's gross looking, his art. Nobody looks good in this book. Everyone's disgusting. Besides the ones that are purposely way too hot. And that was the best part of David Lapham. The writing of it was such a centrist take on everything that it just screamed of, oh, everyone on both sides is a fucking idiot. I'm the only one who really knows what they're talking about because I don't give a shit. It's the most fucking jerk off kind of uh uh dude language in this book that made me uninterested in ever reading anything this writer has to do again. Um, I found it snooty. Um, I just, oh god, I hated it. I hated it.
Um,
What was the discourse on it? I didn't read any discourse on this.
I mean, a lot of people saying, it feels like it's, for libertarians, and
Oh well,
people saying it felt edgelordy and it felt like it would have fit in the 2000s. I don't give a fuck about any of that. I think all of that is people who love to throw buzzwords around, and, none of us know Dan Hauser, so don't ascribe any political beliefs to him. That being said, just from a craft standpoint, I don't think this was good. I think that the narration reads like Baby's first script, in that there's too much of it.
mm,
And in that it's a lot of irrelevant detail. Um, I feel like the point of the book, as it relates to what the primary character is trying to express about his town, which is that everybody in it sucks and is superficial, including him, doesn't take a long time to explain. We all get that. That's a very easy concept to understand. But for some reason, the book does not move itself forward at all. Nothing happens until the end, where dude decides to become a murderer. And I guess that was interesting,
I don't
but
care.
nothing about the prior pages made me care about him to care about what he chose to do.
Yeah, Cole.
Um, yeah, go ahead.
Cole says, sounds like GTA. Everybody gets made fun of. I
Yeah.
think you can do that in a way though that's less fucking stupid. Like, um, I don't know. This just, I didn't care for this at all. It is just like, hey, let's make caricatures of every political sect of people out there, um, and throw them on a plate and see what happens. Like, I didn't care much for it.
The problem is that in Grand Theft Auto, that's not the point of Grand Theft Auto. The point of Grand Theft Auto is whatever the story is, and then all that stuff you're talking about plays out on the radio,
Sure.
or, idle banter between characters or whatever. But for the most part, you're doing cool shit. You can't do cool shit in this book. All you can do is read what Dan Hauser has to say, and he just has to say too much.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get anywhere in this issue. So for me, that is the sin.
Yeah.
I always talk about the first issue contract, and this first issue promised me a book that's going to be very cynical, and very murderous, which I'm fine with, but that probably isn't going to land in a place with anything to say that is compelling to me.
Agreed. Yeah. Um, he has a lot to say in here, and he yells it at you. And it was not my jam at all. Did you like the Lapham art, Sean?
Nah. I
It's
mean,
not
it
for
was
everyone. Yeah.
okay. It's not even that it was. It's in this specific story. Like if he was doing something that felt more catered to his style, like maybe a little bit more horrific, maybe a little bit like something else, I could see it. But I didn't feel like it meshed with what this book is. I didn't dislike his style though.
Okay.
Didn't buy or read 49%, pass 32%, pull 14%, pick of the week 5%. Jamzilla says it appeals to a very specific kind of person, and if you peruse the reviews, you'll know who.
I can tell. Yeah, I'm reading them right now.
I don't know, man. Like my philosophy is if it's good, it's good. I'll read a good story written by anybody about anything. But this just wasn't good. And I think if you can look past like if all you're attracted to is the political commentary, then that probably does say something about you because I don't feel like it's what's under the hood of this is quality. And that's just my opinion. It's very possible there are people who absolutely adored this story, and if they did, that's great.
I'd say if that's what matters to you, watch Eddington. That's a better waste of your time. Or actually, no, I really like Eddington, and not read this comic because I don't think it's a great comic.
Neon Knight, I don't understand why I would read issue 2. There's nothing there. That's sort of the problem. There's nothing there.
Well, if you want to talk about, if you want a book that talks about hot Mormons, I guess read issue 2.
Even that was bizarre. Oh man. Yeah, so now that we've gotten through all of the reviews this week, which technically we did review 8 comics.
Yeah, that's
Technically we
true.
did.
Technically, we did.
Let's get those numbers in the chat so we can wrap things up with Sean Stack, a segment that we do that's shocked the shit out of me this week. I thought I was about to walk out of that fucking Midtown Comics with the smallest stack that I've had in a
Oh
while. But
wow.
that is not the way that this week played out. But if you would have caught me last week, had I been on this show last week, I think this week was the least comics I bought. That week, I think it was the
What
least.
was it?
Oh, I didn't count.
Oh, okay, but it felt like.
It felt light, and my wallet was less light than usual
Oh, that's
by
good.
about half. So style so serious says conveying emotional expression for robots takes talent. I know we do the show with Marco every week, dude.
I like how he's a good 3 books behind.
Yeah, yeah. Anything like that, I would watch us on like 1.75 speed.
Oh, I talk
That-
slow.
I
Just kidding.
can't fucking be that far behind. And then commenting at that, I want to see what people are saying about what I'm saying. Roger Hernandez says, so you're saying 8 is possible. It happened, so I guess so.
I couldn't tell you how many pages were in the Infinite comic, so
It felt like a lot, but also it's a different story style.
yeah,
So sometimes a page was like one.
it felt like the A story to Deadpool Batman.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see those numbers come in. Keep them coming
Oof,
in. I see some big time numbers. Order of Dylan, you're smoking, dude. Although that's happened before. That number has happened before.
23. Yeah.
Yeah. Order of Dylan said, pick this up from your shout out on Pal's previews. It was a read in reference to American Caper. Hey, I was excited, dude.
Are you a
I
big
was
GTA
excited.
guy?
I used to be. I really loved GTA 3 and Vice City. I thought those were incredible games, some of the best ever made. But after that, I never beat another one.
Hot take. I've never played the story in a GTA game. I just
Wow.
free roam and put cheat codes in.
Okay. Wow. I mean, I guess that was fun to do.
You know,
It's a fun game.
you get someone in your car that you might be paying. You put the flying car cheat on, and then you do the dirty on top of the tallest building.
That I never did.
Oh, you didn't do that?
That I never
Then
did.
you would drive
Maybe I
off,
should have.
and then you would jump out with a parachute.
Never did that.
Oh, okay.
I used cheats to get like tanks and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to cause World War III in the streets of New York.
Ooh, that's called
Luna.
Mom Donnie's new. No, I'm just joking.
Oh my God. Luna with the $2. Pick of the week, Poison Ivy. Very self-contained story. I'm kicking myself for not getting that.
which is what an annual should be.
I'm bummed I didn't get that. Cole says GTA 4 is the best story out of the series. I've heard that. I don't know. I wasn't enthralled, but you know, I didn't finish it either. So, all right, Tyler, you want to read off those numbers, man?
Let's go for it. All right. So we're going to start off with Entertain Me with 15. Neon Knight with 11. James Jones, 16. Luna, 12. Jeff Buck, 13. Tarek T, 7. Samuel Summer, 17. Jamzilla with a fantastic 12. Order of Dylan with 23. David Carabin with 14. Cole, 13. Into the Gray, 9. Ted H, 19. Shalom Warburg, 18. Luma with 10. Roger Hernandez with 11. Carlos with 81. Okay.
All right. I
And
see
then
the
Styles
numbers.
So Serious will give his in about 20 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
I see someone has gotten it, so we'll get into it.
Oh,
We've got the
on the dot?
six. Yes, we've
Oh,
got the
wow. Okay.
six we read for the show. Roots of Madness, number 2. I'm giving this one another shot. I did not love the first issue, but I want to read it anyway.
Ignition?
Oh, yeah, it's an Ignition
Cool.
Press book. Yeah. Ultimate Wolverine, number 11. We're taking everyone down with us, number 6. I
Mm.
don't know if people are keeping up with this or if they've given up on this, but I've actually been enjoying it. It's very good. Very good. Matthew Rosenberg. Aquaman, number 11. Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Rites of Spring, number, what, 4? Yeah. Tyler, you said you read that, right?
Great book. Yeah. It takes a turn.
Colossal Kaya. I cannot wait to dig into this. This is at the top of my stack.
Is it big?
No.
Okay.
Blood and Thunder, number 7. Still a good book, although it did go off the rails for me a little bit. Power Fantasy, issue 13. Red Coat, 15. The finale of Grimm, number
Oof.
25. Did you get to this?
Didn't get to it yet. No. Jenny Frison, cover 2.
I had to get this variant. Jenny Frison is one of the goats. Plus, come on, look at what's happening on there. Torn, Amazing Spider-Man Torn, number 2. Can't wait to read that. I really love the first one. And then Fantastic Four, number 5.
That was fun too.
Oh, nice. Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. That, my friends, is 18.
Like the Android.
Yes. And like Shalom Warburg.
Ah,
Shout it out.
shalom. Hell yeah,
Absolutely.
brother.
So, Shalom, if you want any of the codes to the Marvel books that I bought this week, feel free to message me on Discord and I will hook you up, brother. Thank you so much for playing the game. Luna says Vice City is my favorite of GTA. Mine too. Mine too. My GTA 3, I've never understood this. I don't know if this is something that happened to others, but it really fucked me up. My copy of GTA 3 is forever fucked. When I get to a certain point in the game, this is going to sound really bizarre. When I get to a certain point in the game, all the cars that are supposed to have 4 seats become 2-seaters. I don't know why. And when I go to Chinatown, the game stops loading. So I'll be driving, right? And like it'll stop loading new streets. So I'm just driving into nothing.
What are you playing on?
This is my original copy on PlayStation 2. It's been like that for 20 years. I don't know what happened.
Call
Maybe I
Rockstar
cheated too
support.
much.
That
I don't
could be.
know.
That could be.
Chat, you ever experienced that stuff? Anybody know what I'm talking about? Uh, Adam Quinn says Flash and Fantastic Four. Anybody? We talked about it, brother. We talked about it. It was fun. Tyler liked it a lot. This Saturday is going to be the main show at 10:15 a.m. Eastern. We now know what Bendis is returning to Marvel for. That's not going to be the main topic because we just talked about Bendis at length. But I am very excited to dig into that and a bunch of other stuff that is happening this week in comics. So I hope that you guys will join us this Saturday at 10:15 a.m. Eastern to have the conversation. Until then, smash the like button on your way out. Thank you for being here and hanging out with us. We will see you in the next